Hari Om. Welcome to Vedic Heritage Deepavali series. The fifth and final day of Deepavali falls on the second day of the bright fortnight, Dvitiya Tithi Shukla Paksha of the lunar month Kartika. It is a day to honor the bond between brother and sister. Celebrated by Indians from all parts of India except for some southern states, this festival has many regional names. The festival is a tradition but not a religious observance. In northern states, it is Bhai Dooj, it is Bij, Bau Bij, Bhai Bij among Marathi, Gujarati and Konkanis of Maharashtra, Goa, Gujarat and Karnataka. It is Ningol Kachuba in Manipur, Bhai Phota in West Bengal, Assam, Tripura and Bangladesh, Bhai Tika in Nepal, Bhardutiya among Audhis in Uttar Pradesh and Maithilis in Bihar, Bhatru, Bhatra, Bhai Dvitiya or Bhagini Hasta Bhojanamu in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. In Odisha, this festival is celebrated as Bhai Jiyuntia, but in the month of Ashwina and not on this day. Another name for the day is Yamadvitiya. There are two stories associated with this occasion. We saw in day 2 of Diwali celebration that Sri Krishna fought with the Asura Narakasura. After the war, the victorious Krishna visited his sister Subhadra on this Dvitiya day. She gave him a very warm welcome. She applied a tilak, performed an auction, and offered him food and sweets. But this was not an extraordinary thing to do. In ancient India, this was the traditional way to welcome a loved one or a respected guest. Auction is the ritual of waving a lit lamp or burning camphor in front of the person in a clockwise manner from head to chest 3 times. Tilak is applied on the forehead followed by rice grains. Why do it even today? Why not give a big hug instead? While the act is a simple one, it is based on yogic knowledge. There are 3 benefits to this act. Benefit 1. The tilak is applied on the forehead between the eyebrows, which is the juncture of the 3 main energy meridians of the body. It is not only a sacred spot, but also one of great energy. Therefore, it heats up. It is called the Agnya Chakra. Ancient practice in India was to apply something every day to cool the spot, be it sandal, kumkum or vibhuti. The tilak of kumkum and rice also performs another function, that of attracting and channeling divine energy. Benefit 2. The element of fire is used to purify and sanctify energy in areas. The flame activates dormant tamo waves, converting them into dynamic rajo waves, which are beneficial energies. The flame of the auction thus burns away all negativities in the body's aura, energizing the person. It also creates a kavacha or protective layer of divine energy around the person. Benefit 3. The mind is a strong tool. An intention or sankalpa is given great importance in Hindu rituals. What we declare and believe while performing the act is the sincere prayer for the well-being of the brother. This prayer is the thought in us which, when activated by the fire element of the lamp, is called Sankalpa. Sankalpa has the power to manifest. Stronger the Sankalpa, more the power. Thus, the sister sincerely wishes for the well-being of the brother, aided by divine energies. While a hug may be enough to show affection and goodwill, the power of Sankalpa and the factors of tilak and auction are the added benefits of this traditional greeting. We can see auction and tilak are performed after marriage, to newlyweds, to a mother coming home with the newborn. In fact, the same process is followed when sending off a loved one too. Many families still follow this practice, whether it be to send one off to an exam, an interview or a journey. Coming back to Bhai Dooj, what is the second story? The other story oft quoted is that of Yamadharmaraja, the god of judgment and death, and his sister Yamuna, the sacred river. Bhavishyotara Purana recounts that Yamuna was eager to meet her brother Yama and constantly invited him to visit her. But Yama was always tied up with his duties in Yamaloka. One day, on the Dvitiya Tithi of Kartika, he paid her a visit. The overjoyed Yamuna welcomed him with the tilak and aarti and prepared a lavish feast by her own hands. Pleased with the show of affection, Yama asked her to request any boon. Yamuna wished that those who took a dip in the Yamuna on this day and visited their sisters would not be sent to hell and would not get an untimely death. Propelled by these stories, it is a tradition for brothers to visit their sisters' houses. Those residing near Yamuna start the day with a dip in the river. Sisters welcome brothers and feed them sumptuous meals, and brothers gift sisters with something in return. This festival is about caring for your sibling and honoring that bond at least once a year. Thus, it is called Yamadvitiya or Bhratradvitiya. Bhratra means brother in Sanskrit, and Dvitiya is the second day of the Luna calendar. It is believed in some places that if one does not have a sister, then he can visit his cousin sister's house, and if a woman does not have a brother, then she should invite her cousin brother to her house. An interesting custom in Haryana and Maharashtra is for the women who do not have a brother to worship the moon Chandra instead, and a sister whose brother lives far away from her sends her sincerest prayers for the long and happy life of her brother through the moon god. She performs auction for the moon. This is the reason why people refer to the moon as Chanda Mama. Chanda means moon and Mama means mother's brother. In today's hectic lifestyle and small families, it is such occasions that remind us to forge strong bonds among our siblings, even among cousins. With this, I conclude this series on the significance of Deepavali celebrations. Hope you enjoyed this final episode. Do check out the other topics in the Vedic Heritage channel. Thank you for joining me. Hari Om.